On June 25, 2009, the world was rocked by the devastating news. Michael Jackson, the king of pop, had died at the age of 50. Fans around the globe mourned the loss of an icon whose music had defined generations. But beyond the headlines and tributes lay a complex story filled with personal struggles, health crises, and dark undercurrents that led to his untimely end. In the months leading up to his death, Michael was gearing up for an ambitious comeback. After years of personal and professional setbacks, he announced a series of concerts titled This Is It, planned for the O2 Arena in London. The anticipation was palpable. Fans were eager to see their idol return to the stage. However, those close to him knew that beneath the surface Michael was battling demons that were far more than just the pressures of fame. Michael's health had been a topic of concern for years. He had long struggled with insomnia, a condition that left him exhausted and desperate for rest. Those closest to him often noticed his frail appearance and erratic behavior. He was under immense pressure to perform and deliver a spectacular comeback, but the toll it took on him was significant. To combat his sleepless nights, he turned to prescription medications, including the powerful anesthetic propofol, which is not intended for home use. Enter Dr. Conrad Murray, Michael's personal physician. Murray had a contentious reputation. He was known to be more of a friend than a traditional doctor. He was often seen administering various medications to Michael, trying to help him cope with his physical and emotional pain. However, his decisions regarding Michael's care would later raise serious ethical questions. On that fateful day, Michael requested propofol to help him sleep, a choice that would have dire consequences. When paramedics arrived at Michael's home in Los Angeles, they found him unresponsive in his bedroom. His body was still, and despite frantic attempts to revive him, he was pronounced dead shortly thereafter at Ronald Reagan UCLA Medical Center. The news spread like wildfire. Fans took to social media, sharing their disbelief and heartbreak. The king of pop was gone, leaving a void in the music world that felt insurmountable. The initial autopsy ruled Michael's death a homicide due to acute propofol and benzodiazepine intoxication, leading to a criminal investigation into Dr. Murray's actions. Many questions arose. How could a world-renowned star fall so deeply into addiction? Did his team enable his dependency, or did they try to help him? These questions would become the crux of a sensational trial that captivated the public's attention. As the investigation unfolded, a myriad of conspiracy theories took root. Some fans argued that Michael was a victim of a larger scheme orchestrated by powerful figures in the music industry who wanted to silence him. Others suggested that his death was not just a result of drug use but a tragic outcome of the relentless pressures of fame. The theories ranged from the plausible to the bizarre, but they all shared a common thread, a deep sense of loss and a desire to make sense of an incomprehensible tragedy. The trial of Dr. Conrad Murray began in 2011, shedding light on the intimate details of Michael's life during his final months. Witnesses described a man who was not only a superstar, but also a deeply troubled individual seeking solace in drugs. The prosecution painted a picture of negligence, claiming that Murray failed to provide proper care and allowed Michael to become increasingly dependent on dangerous substances. Murray was ultimately found guilty of involuntary manslaughter, a verdict that brought some closure to a grieving public but did little to assuage the lingering questions about the circumstances of Michael's death. In the aftermath, Michael's legacy became a complicated tapestry of music and personal tragedy. His impact on pop culture and the music industry is undeniable, yet his story serves as a sobering reminder of the costs of fame. It's a narrative filled with brilliance and darkness, of an artist who gave the world so much yet suffered silently under the weight of expectation and scrutiny. As fans continue to celebrate Michael's life and music, the questions surrounding his death still resonate. What could have been done differently? How could a man who brought so much joy to others find himself in such despair? These reflections keep his memory alive, reminding us of the fragility of life and the importance of compassion for those who live in the spotlight. Michael Jackson may have left this world, but the echoes of his music and the lessons of his life endure, urging us to look beyond the glitz and glamour and recognize the very real struggles that often lie beneath the surface.